Okay. Greetings, everybody. My name is Coin, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I hope everybody is well in health and spirit this fine evening. And I suppose it would be closer to like 10 for people in Europe. Let me make sure I'm not missing any messages, but hopefully we're doing well today. Let's go ahead and address those messages now, and then I will do the whole thank the subscribers portion, and then we can get started. Can't stream without VPN because college blocks Twitch streaming. Yikes. Yeah, you did mention that before in prior discussions when we were talking about, you know, your streaming conditions and how they work. I'll make sure I'm actually understanding what my reply is for. At the end of the 30 days of NordVPN, you resigned, asked for refund. The typical, I used this service, needed a refund, and now I need to find a new service to use, which I may or may not need a refund for. If the others don't work, I'll pay again, even though you just got refunded. Well, I mean, hey, NordVPN is a pretty good one. It's the one that a lot of content creators are shilling for, or have sponsorships with. They do work. Hello, Bear Type. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see ya. Hopefully you were well in health and spirit today, and hope you enjoy your stay. We were just talking about VPN related stuff with Axel on Twitch. Before I go into the whole sponsors and subscribers segment, I do want to remind everyone that we are multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. If you guys want to say hello to each other, feel free, though I do not recommend a cross-platform conversation. Not gonna work out too well. I will address future messages in just a second. Let's go ahead and get this segment out of the way. I updated the art for this. It only took me 4 days to do. Thank you to Sizzling Sale for their continued Tier 1 subscription, and thank you to Epona Croutons for their Prime Gaming subscription. Reminder, if you've got a Prime Gaming or an Amazon Prime account, you get Prime Gaming for free. You get one Prime Gaming subscription to use for free each month, and it's basically tier 1 or tier 1 light. So if you want the tier 1 benefits but can't really afford much else, feel free to use it. And again, it's a free resource that helps your favorite streamers and content creators grow their channels. Don't let anyone disparage your Prime Gaming subscription. It is very valuable, and you get 95% of the same benefits here. Now that I've done that little reminder, I'd also like to take an opportunity to, thank the people who have donated in the past. I don't have anyone currently at present, but again, thank you to everybody for their past donations. It has been super helpful. Let's go ahead and transition scenes, and I will finish up the, I will go ahead and continue working on those chat messages. And it looks like I've got to... Got to just... There we go. I think I got it. Okay, think I got it. There we go. Hopefully everybody can hear me properly. Please let me know if I'm coming in funny or my volume is low or high or what have you. I need all the help I can get. Let's go back and reply to those messages now. You can? Good. You really you have this thing where the stream will be at XX. It's not always the most accurate Bear Type. But yes, it is something I've noticed a lot of top tier content creators doing. They have a timer. Rarin has one. CGB has one. Saffron Olive from MTG Goldfish has one. Just about anyone who's well-to-do in the streaming environment has these timers. So I'm doing the same thing. especially since I'm trying to be so strict about the 3 minutes. Has not been working out lately, but at least I've got the timer right. Everything is okay. Thank you very much. It's nice to know that for the YouTube section. Now, bit of a bookkeeping update. For you guys on YouTube, I am still working on getting the subscriber alert set up. Turns out with Streamer.bot, it's very complicated because it doesn't have any onboard tools of its own. It's relying on being able to pull a scene from OBS, and I just don't have anything like it set up. So I have to make a new scene in OBS, put the stuff in it, and have it pull that scene. I've looked at like 4 or 5 different tutorials trying to find something else, but they all seem to like do the same thing, which is to pull a scene from OBS. So that's going to take some work. That's an ongoing project, but rest assured we will have those subscriber alerts before too long, although I do have the stream elements alerts back on to see if that makes a bit of a difference, because if so, then I don't need to go through this whole rigmarole with streamer.bot. We can just use the stream element stuff. But I'm always I want to make that a point of I'm always trying to work on ways to equalize the playing field between Twitch and YouTube so that people aren't quite so incentivized to switch. I think you should be able to use your favorite media platform without having to be cajoled or persuaded to make an account for something you might not ever use. Ongoing struggle. You have 4 days off school this week, extra 2 off. It's complicated. Well, I mean, that's just time for content creation, but hopefully the reason that you got the time off is good. Hopefully. If not, silver linings. Even when life gives you manure, you gotta find a way to turn the manure into something useful, right? If life gives you manure, make fertilizer. That's what I like to say. It's better than lemons, because you can already do a lot with lemons. Manure, not a whole bunch of people know what to do with that. Yeah, everyone has off. Yeah, no. I'm saying, I hope it's because it's something like, I don't know, a student-teacher workday where the students have that time off and the teachers still have to go to work. It's something like that, or like a spring break type situation, and not a, oh crap, there's this real-world event going on and we can't go to school right now. That's an example of not having a break or having a break for a bad reason. That's all. Let me go back over to Twitch here, returning to Axel. So sorry about the delay on that. You're trying ExpressVPN right now. Fortunately, they also have the same policy of refund. That's good. I've heard pretty good things about ExpressVPN too. They're both good. I would say between the two, NordVPN definitely is used in more circles. For example, there's a dude out there. Sorry, just a dude. This guy's a doctor. His name is Steve Mold. He runs a science like a science YouTube channel, and he talks about NordVPN. Matt Parker from the comedian who runs a math YouTube channel. You might go now. Came back. Oh, be here when you can, Axel. No big deal if you can't, because I know what college internet is like. It sucks. My sibling can also pretty much tell you college Wi-Fi stinks, because the infrastructure is there for office work and research, not for videos. Oh, you're not using college internet now? You're on 4G? That's pretty good. Bit spotty. It's previous network technology, but it's still good. It's just 4G is still spotty. If anything, with my experience regarding Hurricane Helene has taught me. We were relegated back to 4G networks for a while because of that. And oh man, spotty connection sometimes. If poor network, understandable. Well, I don't hold anyone's poor network against them, of course, because I know what that's like. I grew up with having poor network, and it was really only, I'd say, in the past 5 or 6 years that we've managed to upgrade to a really good internet connection. Like, really good. Like, right below business tier good. 4G can be really good too, though. Yes, like, it's stable. That's the nice thing about using previous technology. It's stable, and as long as the infrastructure is being maintained... Don't know who that is. Sorry about that, guys. Had to check my phone. They're still on the line. Had to make sure it wasn't someone important, like, say, my mom or my sibling or someone like that. Anyway. Also, it's fastest optical fiber Wi-Fi. That is true. That is true. Let me double check and see if I am missing anything on YouTube. Kind of everyone needs to talk with your main teacher for 10 minutes. So it's like the whole PT related thing. Oh, PT? PTA. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Parent-teacher association type stuff. I know, because when I was in elementary school up in Maryland, like in the northeastern section of the United States, my mom also participated in the PTA for a short time. And we would have meetings with them because I was a rambunctious kid who had temper issues. My temper was so, like, hot as a child. I remember picking up and throwing a chair at a classroom full of students and teachers. That was not my finest moment. It was really quite a bad moment. I was, I was 6 then? And my autism wasn't being properly treated with medication and therapy, but that still doesn't excuse the chair being thrown. I'm just saying, I used to be a hot ball of temper growing up. Might explain why I still struggle with it sometimes. Maybe I never really got fully medicated, but that's a whole different ball game. I'm not trying to, like, dig up, like, yarn balls of the past. I'm just saying I know what, like, almost dangerous amounts of anger feel like, more than anything else. Make sure I actually finish the statement, and then we'll do a recap. It's weird. Meh. I wouldn't call that weird. I would call it administrative overhead. It's something for adults to deal with more than anything else. Enjoy your time off, bear type. Make good use of it. Not saying you won't, just, it's the gentle reminder of this is the type of time where if you want to make content or if you've got, like, bigger projects to work on, having this time off is good. Silver linings, right? Even your mom says it's dumb. That's completely valid. Then it sounds like the school definitely has administrative issues and or administrative overhead it has to solve more than anything. Recap time, because we've been talking at each other, and I love every second of it, for a grand total of 14 minutes. Grand total of 14 minutes. It's recap time. Last time, I had a shorter than normal stream because I ate beans the day before, back on Monday. And I ate beans that were not washed. I had a chance to ask about that. They were not soaked. They were not rinsed. And what's worse was that those beans sat back in their salted juices and soaked in more starch. So I had pure pain. Had I known those beans were going to be you know, not soaked, not rinsed, I wouldn't have eaten them and I would have streamed fine. But we did manage to get, you know, some Korok seeds and other stuff done. So it wasn't a complete bust. Right, are you feeling better? I am feeling much better now. I will be feeling worse later because I had some mac and cheese with chicken nuggets, and I'm lactose sensitive, so not gonna be great eventually, but for now, I'm feeling fine. And I do think I'll be able to go live for my normal time today. Depending on how I feel, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I may stream an extra hour today as compensation for cutting off the stream 2 hours short earlier. If not, I will find a way to have a bonus stream on Thursday. I've made up my mind. I do want to make up for what happened on Monday, but I'm not going to necessarily hold myself to that extra hour today. Just my intention is either the extra hour today or an extra stream tomorrow. Don't know which one yet. We'll just have to see how the tea leaves blow. Not much else to this recap. Yay, extra long, but you can't be for too long. No problem, bear type. Be here for as long as you wish to be or want to be. Or, you know, the longer of the two scenarios for how much you can be. I appreciate anybody who could be here for any length of time at all. Really, I do. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we are in the Hylia River. We were back over by the Kayawan Shrine in the Wetland Stable, and we managed to accidentally like bump into the memory location again, which we've already seen. So today we're gonna be going through Hyrule Field and picking up all of the Korok seeds, with the exception of the castle. I do want to kind of like mark off the castle somehow. I'm gonna put a few stamps here so I know it's a reminder that I don't want to touch that right now. If we go here, if we go to Hyrule Castle, we will be entering late game, like late game levels of power. And we don't want that right now. I want to pace this. Now, there's nothing stopping anyone. And this is just like a tip, since this is supposed to be a live Let's Play walkthrough. Well, we'll talk about Hyrule Castle for a second. If you want to go there, at this point, you can do so. Provided you've gone to places like the Hebra Mountains, or you've managed to acquire some power from some of the camps in and around Zora's domain, you should be able to withstand what lies here. Which, spoiler, it's time to mute the stream if you weren't considering it already. They're going to be royal weapons. They're going to be Lionels. There are going to be multiple ancient guardians roaming around. There's going to be tons of malice puddles everywhere. What are the death on the map? Oh, you mean the skulls? These skulls represent where we fought a field boss. So here was a Hinox. Here was a Hinox. Up here was a Hinox. Up here around Ploymus Mountain. Oh, how did I not? I need to put a skull here, actually. That should have been a Lionel. Yeah, skull. No problem. No problem. I'm glad I could explain. Where was I going? I was mentioning something before. Right. As long as you've done any amount of killing from Lionels and Hinoxes, you should be able to come in here and get yourself royal weapons, perhaps the royal armor, and you'll see some more memories here. There are more memories in this castle. So, when I went through and played here the first time, when I streamed this the first time, we went to the castle at about this point as well. And we kind of broke the game in half once we did, because then I had to keep coming back here in order to accumulate more power just to complete the rest of these regions. We're going to try to avoid that this time. Pacing, everybody. Oh, I fought him where you just did. You died 6 times and stopped. Oh, you're talking about Ploymus Mountain, right? Yeah, Lionels are an interesting bunch. Let me go ahead and get the interactive map all fired up. It's already loaded. I just need to find where we're supposed to start at. Found it. And going back here, we have that one here. We don't have that one there. Okay, good. Good. Trying to think if there's any other overhead I need to deal with now. If you guys want to know more information about the map we're currently using, for you guys on Twitch, if you type in BOTW map, all lowercase, all one word, all lowercase, all one word, you'll get a hyperlink to the interactive map. It's not the object map. That's going to be... sorry. For you guys on YouTube, that same command is available, but you need to use an asterisk instead, like this. I'll demonstrate it for the YouTube folks. I've chosen to differentiate the commands between Twitch and YouTube. I chose to differentiate the commands so that YouTube isn't confused by trying to do the Twitch commands, and Twitch isn't confused by trying to do the YouTube commands. You guys can view these commands pretty much anytime you want if you're in my Discord server. I have a nice little channel called Commands in there. And the commands are always for the current game being played. If we need to refer back to a previous game's commands, I have an archive forum channel just for those. Thank you, Bear Type. One of the things I like doing with, these live Let's Play walkthroughs is I like having information available for my audience. I always want people to be able to know where to go in order to help them navigate the game, just like I'm doing right now. I'm using this map to get the 100% on Koroks, because there are 900 of those suckers, and if I have to do things like lift random rocks, shoot acorns out of a tree, or, parasail, some of those things are obvious. Shooting acorns in trees, or lifting random rocks, not so much. So the interactive map helps me. I have some other information as well, but I'm gonna save that for when we are near a cook pot or whatever, and I'll do that then. You guys should have most of the same commands. The only ones for YouTube you don't have right now are the BOTW COORD map, the coordinate object map. I'm trying to get the whole streamer.bot with the subscriber alert functioning, so I haven't put any priority toward getting the coordinate map command working, but it's not too hard. I will do that after the stream today. You guys have my word on that. Let's go, and it's like, is it still in the tree line? No, it's like over here. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to roll something, or it's gonna be, fix the apple trees. Let's see. It's roll a boulder off of a fixture. I think we can do that. Not too difficult. Yep, that's exactly it. There's probably a boulder under this, my senators and inductees. Let me make sure I've got the weapon I want to use. Okay. Oh, I did that too. Oh my god. Yep. I know what I did. I did a stupid. This one's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. We actually gotta readjust this so that it's going up the hill. No, the boomerang. Also, I don't know what to do. Get up the hill. Can we push this manually? Not really. No, the boomerang. Well, the thing about the... I mean, they're weapons. We can always kill more enemies to replace them. We can always find another one in the camp. And I don't really have any nice, cheap weapons I can use for this anyway. Yeah, got it. It's just complete the image. There's a lot of those out there. There was a ruined area where we had to take a rock from one part of a ruins to another part of the ruins in the same area and complete the missing image. There's a lot of, you know, complete the pattern type stuff. Where's this next one? Over here on the bridge? Okay. So, while we're talking about unrelated stuff, or relatively unrelated stuff, update on the Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition Let's Play. I have fit in both of the character explanations as promised. The spell explanations will have to wait until another episode. Just because with the 2 character explanations, the next Let's Play episode is an hour long again. And so, I don't want to... an hour is pushing it. If it's not one of these streams, if it isn't one of these streams where, you know, if people want to watch the VODs, they totally can. I don't know if I want to subject people to videos that aren't, that are more than an hour long without heavy use of chapter markers, like what I normally do. I think if I weren't doing chapter markers, I probably would try to keep the episodes within 25 minutes, if at all possible. You save the Zora sword for a very too long time. I mean, hey, the Zora sword is one of the ones that are easier to save because the Zora equipment, while the damage output on it isn't terribly high, the Zora equipment is more durable than standard equipment at the same level. So, like, these soldier weapons have pretty good durability, but the Zora ones beat those out. They have almost the same amount as the Knight's equipment does, which is really quite good. If you want nice, cheap weapons to solve puzzles with, the Zora, you can hardly go wrong with Zora equipment. Let me go ahead and get that next one there. I've only watched you playing Breath of the Wild, but you'll be happy to try anything else. I appreciate that, Bear Type. I recommend, if you're gonna watch the Dragon Quest Let's Play, I recommend starting at episode 7 or episode 8, because I have not refactored the audio for the first 7 episodes yet. This was before I knew what audio balancing was or how to really do it effectively in DaVinci Studio. I need to go back and fix that because most people want to start a Let's Play from the beginning, and if it's too bombastically loud, people aren't gonna want to watch it. But I'm also under the time crunch of needing to keep up with current long-form content. Hello. I need some weapons. Oh, and we have a literal highwayman. Give me that cheap weapon. Alright, now we wait for this lovely chick to get back up. Are you alright, madam? Oh, look who's here. The guy who stood around and watched me get beat up. A little help next time, maybe? Well, gee, I don't know. Typical, just typical. Try to have a day out just watching the river go by now. Ugh. I'm going back to the stable. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you should have thought about not entering an area with bokoblins in it. Madam. The least she could do is thank me for, you know, wiping out the bokoblin who was standing over her corpse. Or her soon-to-be corpse. Ah. Whatever. Some people are just ingrates. It's fine. Look, it's like I always say, if you're trying to do something for somebody and you want to hear a thank you, you are not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You are doing it to be showered with accolades. You are doing it for yourself. Now she's running away. She's going back to the stable where she's safe. And I want her to stay there. Do we have any space in inventory for bow? I'm afraid not. Cheap bow would be nice, but oh well. And two. I want to be real freaking careful here. And those ingredients are probably in the river now. It's fine. I want to be careful. I do not want to end up poking one of these barrels and, you know, blowing up all this stuff. Let's not do that. Hello. 1, 2. What was I saying? I was talking about the Dragon Quest Let's Play. And I'm afraid the Let's Play is going to be a bit shorter. What's with this Power 5 sword? You haven't seen it? Are you talking about the broadsword, the claymore, or a different weapon, like the flame blade or something along those lines? Let me open up the weapon inventory so you can identify which one you're talking about. I can identify which one you're talking about, excuse me. And while we wait near the flame blade, only 2 things near the flame blade, the spear and the lightning rod. So, is it the lightning rod? Is that the one you haven't seen before? If so, I guess I can't really blame anybody for not having seen it. Electric Wizzrobes are quite difficult to kill. Lightning rod? Yeah, you get these from killing the regular low level with I want to say they're Thunder Wizzrobes. I know there are 2 classes of Wizzrobe. I just forget the naming convention. But the lightning rod is the lower grade version of the it's a lower grade version of another rod that you get from defeating higher level electric Wizzrobes. The lightning rod is one of the best weapons in the game because electrocuting enemies is the best thing you can be doing at low levels. It's still pretty good at high levels, but enemies do start to get a little bit of electricity or electrocution resistance as you move to, say, Hyrule Castle, where stuff is kind of routinely resistant to being electrified. The blue thing looks weird and it's glitchy. You talking about the Guardian equipment? Or something else? Oh, yeah. My senators and inductees, we got a blood moon. We need to, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the blood moon to strike. Why are we waiting for the blood moon? Because what I'm planning on doing next is there is an enemy across the river, or across this little expanse right about over there. It would do me no good to kill it now and then have to deal with it again. Deal with it again after the blood moon causes them to respawn. For the lightning one, oh, you're talking about the yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that is kind of glitchy looking, isn't it? I don't know what... I know that this, like, yellowish part is lightning, and I know that lightning is generally blue and all of that, because that's what lightning is it's superheated plasma, and unless there's an impurity in the air, superheated plasma is generally blue. It's still glitchy. It looks like it's malfunctioning. I do agree with that assessment. Glitchy or not, I generally like it, though. Maybe I'll even demonstrate this on some mooks down there. I think that would be a perfect demonstration. Because I'm telling you, this electric rod, if you haven't used it before, it's gonna break your game. When is the blood moon? And we'll let this play out again. I need to take a sip of coffee anyway. I did stop a little bit early, so that's why the blood moon was as long as it was. But I do generally agree that and see, just like that, look, that choo-choo we just killed, it's back. Yep, that's a blood moon, ladies and gentlemen. Although we're 17 episodes in, people should sort of know what the blood moon is by now. No worries. No worries, bear type. No big deal. I want to demonstrate this, but now is not that time. No, you don't. I don't want to... So, the trick with lightning rods is you don't want to use... You also have to let them recharge like typical enchanted equipment. I did not want a soup ladle, thank you. So there are two things that you should bear in mind with lightning rods. One, they're extremely bad melee weapons. Do not, under any circumstance, smack an enemy with it. You can. It's kind of like swinging with a tree branch. It's a last-ditch thing you don't really want to do without a good reason. The other thing is, if you smack something in melee, not only is your lightning rod gonna break faster, but it also will behave like the flame blade here, where after like 4 or 5 swings, it'll be just a regular old weapon. You have to let it charge back up again. So if you want to use the lightning rod, stay at range, wait for the electrocution to wear out, and then fire off another projectile. And you'll just keep an enemy stun-locked. Really good for low-level mobs. Oh, it's the shoot thing, like the magic element? Cool. Yeah, no problem, bear type. Yeah, I like this. This is my favorite weapon. I mean, the upgraded version of it is the favorite weapon, but I generally like this class of weapon. There are also melee versions of the lightning rod that are similar to the Great Flame Blade that are a bit better for close quarters combat. Those are just as valid. Same tactic still applies. Hit something with it, wait for the electrocution to wear down, hit them again. And you'll keep something in perma-stun for a long time. Like the Master Sword, not exactly. The Master Sword does shoot projectiles. You are right about that. But those ones just do damage. They don't have anything, as far as I understand, the Master Sword projectiles don't do anything else. Which is why, generally, the Master Sword is something you do want to use up close, and not use its projectile feature. Because the projectile feature still consumes Master Sword durability, it's not good. You want to get in up close. The opposite is true with the Lightning Rod. You want to stay back with this. Where are we? Is this lift a random rock, or... No, we're not quite in the right spot, is what it actually is. Let's get up there then. Wait, did that just say search just now? It did. Cool, so sometimes these ruined structures have things you can pull out of them. I genuinely did not know that. I kind of assumed all of them, were just ruined. Should you save for 13 hearts for the Master Sword? You got 2.2 stamina and 8 to 9 hearts. If you do not have 13 hearts, pulling out the Master Sword will kill you. You will game over. You will have to start over again. You do not want to do that. Just trust me. Wait till you got the 13 hearts, then go and pull it. Or, you know, don't, and you might actually, and you'll get to see the game over screen if you hadn't done so. Which I will probably, what I'll probably try to do is I'll go try for the Master Sword at 12 hearts and then at 13 hearts, just to showcase the difference. Though you can easily find videos like that on YouTube too if people don't want to wait. Please tell me that, yep. Look at that. Look at that, my senators. See that? We gotta fix more apple trees. No, should you, like, do shrines for hearts? If you want the Master Sword, go for hearts. If you don't care, then you could do either. Honestly, I've seen people go the entire game, without upgrading their hearts once. I've seen people just get enough for the 3 stamina wheels and, you know, try to challenge run the game. I think you're probably at a point where you could stay as is and you could probably beat the game, or you can do either. Getting more stamina or more hearts won't hurt you. But what I will say is that there's a cap on how much stamina you can get. And there's also a cap on how many hearts you can get. The maximum that you can upgrade stamina to natively is 3 stamina wheels. The maximum you can upgrade your hearts to is 2 rows, and I believe that's 20 hearts, such that you can still double your stamina or your health by eating food, and you'll have even more hearts. How useful is it? It depends. I kind of liken health in this game to Mipha's Grace. Mipha's Grace is good if your skill level is average at this game, or if you're dying a lot. If you're dying a lot, getting more health never hurts. If you're a true pro at this game, and you never get hit, not even a little, not even once, then health is only as good as the amount of time you need to cross a hazard or walk through a pool of malice or cross a freezing lake. If you need a lot of hearts for that, go for it. Otherwise, you know, then you can upgrade health more minimally, kind of like how I'm doing. Let me find the tree I need to make right here. You get hit a lot? You think you do have enough stamina? Then I would say upgrade health. It's your playthrough, right? You know how much or how often you're getting hit and taking damage. And if you don't think you've got enough health, then having more isn't a bad thing, like at all. And nobody should shame anyone over their upgrade decisions for health or stamina. This is something I've experienced earlier on. I'm watching that flock of geese up there. Now, my main space before I did my main space that I gravitate back towards when I'm making content is always, you know, Soulsborne challenge runs. That's like Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, that kind of thing. And in that franchise, that selection of games, there are gatekeepers. There are people who play the game that think you need to go unga bunga and not get hit, and will actively criticize the play styles of people who go for armor or health or magic spells. I find a startlingly high number or moderate number of people in Breath of the Wild who also think this way. Like, oh, just don't get hit, just get good. And sometimes it's meant as a joke. Sometimes it's meant to, say, hey, if you get better at the game, then you won't struggle so much. And most of the time, though, at best it's a cut at your jib, or it falls into the harassment bullying category, and I won't stand for that. Folks, when you're playing a game, you're the one playing. Do what you want. Don't let anyone else bring you down over, okay, so it's that particular branch right there. And I don't want a mighty bow for this. No, thank you. Give me the silver bow. And we're gonna go grab that arrow so we don't waste. And now we collect all the rest of these lovely apples. Play the game how you want to play it, ladies and gents. Let me try that again. Play the game the way you want. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary people. Nobody else should dictate your gameplay experience for you. Now, if you're being coached, or, someone's like helping you through things, okay, that's like a horse of a different color, but same breed. The person guiding you should still not dictate your gameplay decisions, but you're coming to that person for advice, you being the person playing the game. So there's some give and take there. But just generally speaking, everyone has a different, exactly, bear type, everyone has a different experience with the game. And Breath of the Wild is a good example. Yeah, exactly. Breath of the Wild is a harder Zelda game than average. Most of the time in Legend of Zelda, these sorts of games or the franchise is generally a puzzle game. So, and it tends to err on the somewhat easier side of puzzles. There are some really great examples of difficult puzzles in Legend of Zelda, but most of the time they're either easy or they're tedious. So you don't really... There's only but so much collective gatekeeping to go around. Eventually you should figure out what to do in Stone Tower Temple in Majora's Mask. This game is not like that. It isn't a linear experience. Hello, I see you. Come on. Come this way. Yeah, how about that one? How's them apples? I guess what I've also learned is that the lightning rod is really good for swatting away geese. Cool. Also, Applian Forest, really? You know what? I bet this was an apple orchard before Hyrule was destroyed. I bet this was an apple orchard, and I'm here for the lore. I am here for the lore that is, pre-destruction Hyrule. This is totally not a shill to go play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This totally isn't a shill to do that. Let me make sure I'm not missing chat here. Okay, nothing on the Twitch side. I don't know why I barely was in the center of Hyrule. Hold on. I'm missing a name. I think you're saying that because there's a forest name somewhere. Hyrule Field, sorry. No worries. No worries. There's definitely something. Well, I'm sure that'll be pointed out to me in due time. For the time being, let's break up the monotony with some fighting. That's what I came here for in the apple orchard. Blue Hinox. Okay, this still shouldn't be that difficult. We're gonna put a nice skull marker here. How is it on Twitch so far? Fine. All's quiet over there. Axel has the game on audio only and may or may not be winking in and out due to internet issues, and there's nobody else that's talked so far. So the activity is mainly on the YouTube side today. That said, it's barely been an hour. That could change. that could change many times over. First time you saw Hinox with a shrine quest for 3 levels of them? Yeah, that is generally a good one that most people get exposed to various degrees of Hinox. Okay, quickly. We definitely need some weapons after this. Have I caught this Hinox? I have caught this Hinox in a loop. I'm sorry we have to stare at Hinox, but... Oh, no, get back. I thought I caught him in a loop. He just decided to do the Hinox shuffle the whole way through. Nice thing about don't show his ass, family-friendly stream. I can't help that. Yeah, I know. It's a joke. Yes, it is a joke. Breath of the Wild is definitely one of the least kid-friendly or family-friendly streams, like, games ever. Why Nintendo thought they could get away with showing a glorified loincloth is beyond me. At least it's not an actual loincloth. That would be grounds for concern. Soldier equipment? I won't say no to that. And what's this one? Broadsword and a bow. We still have a 3-shooter. Let's go ahead and break it. Yep, there we go. That's better. I don't like looking at broken weapons. Well, it's like the sumo. Well, okay, yeah, they wear that same style of gear, yes. But the difference is that's real life, where there's a deep sense of culture and tradition tied to it. That's perfectly acceptable. Here, there's no such thing. He says, talking about a game company who is clearly Japanese in origin and totally has the rights to pull stuff like that for references in their games. If you want to see a good example of a Japanese game dev company doing that in a less kid-friendly manner, check out a game company called FromSoft. They make the Dark Souls line of games. They also are known for Kingsfield, or Armored Core, like that style of game. And there, I think it's perfectly fine. One of the games in there is called Sekiro. One of the games they've made is called Sekiro, and they have men that look like that and have the loincloth to boot. They're pretty scary dudes when they're not used in a sumo context setting, not gonna lie. Like, Kakariko is Japan culture here. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You haven't played Dark Souls? Dark Souls is a cult classic experience. I think, just like Breath of the Wild is going to be a modern cult classic, I think Dark Souls, particularly Dark Souls 1, is one of those games I think everyone needs to play once. Even if they don't complete it, even if they don't get very far, experiencing the best and worst that Dark Souls has to offer can shape a person. It can really change how you think. You did play God of War, but it didn't count. Depends on which God of War. Are you talking, like the classics? God of War 1, 2, and 3? Or are you talking more like, God of War, and God of War Ragnarok? The new ones. With the more complicated game mechanics. Because the original, God of War, I would say, doesn't count. Strictly because it's a different kind of game. What's on PS3? That sounds... Actually, there are more God of Wars than that. I have to remember. You have... 1, 2, 3, you have the OG stuff. You have the Ghost of Sparta plot line. And there's like a whole separate... and the Ghost of Sparta is kind of like a bit of a retelling of the original trilogy and adding more stuff on top. And then you had the new God of Wars. The ones that play like a combination of Dark Souls and like Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, next one's here. You think you have some Dark Souls on PS3? You don't have PC games or an Xbox? Understandable. I'm trying to think what one would be on PS3. That's probably Dark Souls 3. Can I I'm probably pulling from memory for you, but... And the stream might get a little buggy for a second while I do this. I do wish the internet would give me something that isn't an AVIF or WebP file. Let me see. Please don't tell me a Dark Souls 3 remaster's in the works, internet. I want to say I didn't have the PS3. I'm not a PlayStation person generally, but I do have Xbox stuff. And I'm pretty sure the Xbox One and PS3 are kind of like in the same generation of console. I may be thinking of 360, but even so, I want to say the 360 also had Dark Souls 3. Yeah, it's probably Dark Souls 3. Because the only other one that's on PlayStation that I'm thinking of right now is Bloodborne. I know that was a PS3 staple as well. Yeah, those kinds of games. I think Bloodborne is also an experience. Your dad buys like 10 plus PS3 games for cheap. Sometimes there are some expensive ones. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is going to be fairly expensive. I see you. I see you. You're right over there. Acorn. Am I good or am I good at arch? I'm joking. Don't answer that. I'm definitely not good at archery. Also, we have the entirety of Krenel Hills to do. That's a hidden one. It is. And it's very easy to pass up, too. Very easy. Now, I did say we were going through Hyrule Field. I do, however, think we probably need to finish mapping out this river. And that means we're going to be bumping into some uglies here at the tip of Hyrule Castle. We're going to get nice and close, chat. I'm sorry, senators and inductees. I'm trying super hard not to say that word, because I know people on the internet don't like it when I refer to chat in the collective. Don't understand why, but that's just the way it is. We're going to accept that and try not to do that. Believe it or not, I want to say I've actually managed to play most of the Dark Souls series. I've managed to play 1, 2, 3. Sekiro is its own game. And then I have Elden Ring. I have not played the because FromSoft is also known for Armored Core and Kingsfield. I have to be careful about that. I have not played Demon Souls or Bloodborne, which are Sony exclusives, which make me upset. And recently, Sony decided to shoot down the, not necessarily talk of a remaster, but there was a frame conversion thing in the works, and they just threw a spanner in that right here. Which makes me sad. Look, I know Sony's a dying company, but... Hello. Hi, Peblet. Goodbye, Peblet. Just pick him up and get a piece of amber. It's that easy, folks. Oh shoot! I just realized we've been going for more than an hour. It's time to do the shilling, folks. If you like this content and hadn't considered doing so before, subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch, if and you hadn't done so already. Please make sure those notification bells are nice and tapped so that you don't miss the content. Please also consider joining my Discord, because that's where my schedule is routinely plastered. I have a nice Google Calendar link, and if you've got a Android device, you can even sync up your calendar to it. It's pretty easy stuff. Let's go ahead and send out that Discord link now. Thank you for the advocacy, Bear Type. You are, in fact, on my Discord. I hope you've been enjoying it. I'm not super chatty on the Discord, but that's mostly just because I've got my eye on doing like 5 or 6 different things at once. Or it's on a day off, and I might say something, I might not. I'm not the most public person when it comes to sharing things. I want to fix that, because that's not good for a content creator to do, but it takes time and effort. I have pages for commands, I've got places to share photos, I've got all kinds of cool stuff in my Discord. I really encourage everyone to check it out. It's where most of your benefits come from. We vote on games there, etc., etc. And I'll mention more about that in the next hour, but I just wanted to go ahead and get that shill out. And please, one other thing I'm going to ask for, and I want to try to get better about asking, is if you guys have friends, family, coworkers, you know, so on and so forth, please consider sharing the channel on social media. I do my best to do that, but I'm not perfect at it, especially with the state of social media getting worse. I'm fighting disincentivization to even post on those things. I could really use the help. But, you know, I am no one's master. I will not make anyone do anything. Just every little bit of help counts, and I really also want to thank everyone for being here as well. You guys are the best. For IRL people, honestly, just talking to friends about it, you know, the word of mouth, telling people that I exist is honestly the biggest thing. Like, that should not be underestimated. That's really about all I need. And then if people choose to check me out or don't, that's on them. You know, and since you're on YouTube, obviously you'll want to say, you know, Swirling Vortex 09 or whatever. But word of mouth really does help. It really does. I've gotten quite a few people to come here because of strictly, you know, private associations or word by mouth. It really does make a difference. All right, and now as for the actual intermission, I do take breaks about every hour for around 3 minutes. For you guys on Twitch, I do run some ads to help with the pre-roll and everything. I wish I didn't have to run them, but the truth of the matter is, if I don't, your viewing experience is quite awful. And please don't worry, any ads that I run here are run manually, and there are only 2 times I ever run them, times like now. And if I ever have to get up and leave, I run a 30-second one for any reason. Like, if it's not something where I literally just go to the back of my room, get something, and come back. If I have to go to the restroom or whatever, that's about the only other time where I throw out an ad. I don't use a automatic ad scheduler, because those things also make the viewing experience suck. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys after the 3-minute intermission. Thank you. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. Hopefully everybody got something they wanted out of the commercial break. Obviously it's not the ads, but I hope everybody got a chance to get up, grab a snack, or do something else that you really wanted. Hey there, Pickle Schmickle. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. Hopefully you're doing well in health and spirits. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. We just got finished fighting a Hinox not that long ago, and we are on our way to take care of... I actually want to say this is almost perfect timing, because I think one of the enemies here is a stall Hinox. I am feeling better today. The next few hours maybe I'll feel a little bit less better, but I'm not feeling, bloaty or in pain. Let's go ahead and transition back. I'm not feeling like I'm in pain, but I did have mac and cheese earlier today, and I am lactose sensitive. I apparently am supposed to have somewhat of a love-hate relationship with cheese, or milk, or dairy, or anything of that sort. I love mac and cheese, but it will kill me if I eat too much of it. So I have to be very, very careful. Let me go back to where it was, which was... We actually don't even really want to be here, but that's fine. Otherwise, I'm doing fine. We were just discussing the, outside of, like, in-game stuff, we were discussing Dark Souls and stuff. What, mac and cheese, like the packed ones? No, we had a lunch order from Kentucky Fried Chicken today, KFC. And one of the lunch items they have is a mac and cheese bowl with the nuggets in it. I had that, which was very good. I had that along with a cranberry Pepsi, which is not something I usually have, and I didn't think cranberry and Pepsi would slap quite so hard, but it slaps. Hi. Oh, so quality mac and cheese, yes. I have had better, though. My, one of my aunts on my dad's side makes a really high-quality macaroni and cheese casserole. She refuses to, discuss the recipe with anyone at all. She intends to take that recipe with her to the grave, and it is heavenly. It's like 3 cheese, 4 cheese. Nothing but mac with a nice crispy topping on it. In your country, you barely have KFC, only McDonald's, like 110 KFC max. It's understandable. Is it healthy food? No, it's not. And honestly, I kind of consider your country not having it kind of a good thing. Just for the sake of, nutrition and everything. But if nutrition isn't like a top concern or anything, it is quite stellar mac and cheese. Hello, sir. Ow, that hurts. If I take another hit from him, I'm dead. Okay. Sorry, I had to focus up for a little bit while I dealt with the stall moblin there. I'm trying to think. Well, what sort of chains do you have in your country, bear type, if and you don't mind my asking? And obviously I'm not asking for a comprehensive list or anything. Just a couple of items. Glitchy Tenchi, welcome on in. Hi, hi everyone. My name is Coinston. Thank you so much for that raid. Glitchy Tenchi, I guess let's start with a shout out. Hopefully you and your raiders are well in health and spirit today. We are playing some Breath of the Wild right now. Here comes that shout out. Thank you so much. How was your stream? How was Red Dead Redemption 2? If and you don't mind my asking. Of course, if you need to cut and run, I totally get that as well. In that case, please enjoy your well-deserved rest. But welcome on in, everyone. Malky Wit and Asling Dream. I hope I'm saying those correctly, as well. Okay, now Moki Wit had a first time there. My name is Coinstamp on Twitch. I am known as Swirling Vortex 09 on YouTube. We are multi-streaming Twitch, YouTube. Please feel free to say hi to one another, just like Bear Type is doing right now. Welcome on in. I am a variety streamer, but I'm also a challenge runner for Elden Ring or Dark Souls sometimes. We are playing Breath of the Wild. We're doing a revisit on it after a number of years, and we are going for the full Monty, the 100% completion. Have I beaten the game? No, but I do want to fix that. Our lovely community of senators and inductees here have voted on this game, and so I am in the process of doing as was requested by my audience, my patrons, my subs, etc. Oh, nice. Yeah, what was Glitchy, and I hope I'm saying Glitchy Tenchi's stream correct, or name correctly. How was it? Hopefully they and you both had a good time in there. And I hope that Red Dead Redemption 2 was this thing being played. Coin is an easier name to say and write, switching back to YouTube for a second. It is. A small streamer is doing Breath of the Wild 100% Deathless and DLC. Yes, it was fun. Awesome. Because it's nice to talk about me, but, you know, when I'm receiving guests from raiders, I want to ask how their previous experience was as well. I want to know if they were treated well. Not that they would ever not be, but, you know. It's the quality assurance thing. Moving back over to Twitch as I continue to reply. Now, I will say, this is probably a good time to shill this. We have a small but relatively relaxed community on my Discord. Please feel free to join it or don't. All the influx is on Twitch, so there's no reason to put that command on YouTube again. I'll wait until we are closer to the end of the stream for that. But I do have a nice small Discord. I'm looking to grow it, one heart and one mind at a time. Join it. Feel free to join it or don't. I am not your master. I will not tell anyone what to do. But if you want to keep up with my schedule and everything, my Discord is the best way to do that. We are... I guess I should probably start by asking... I swear I'm a professional at this. For those of you from Glitchy Tenchi stream, how familiar are you with Breath of the Wild or Legend of Zelda in general? I want to get a sense of what my newfound audience for today, where their hearts and minds are with Breath of the Wild. I am not a noob. I am not someone who has... Make sure I'm setting up this puzzle correctly. I don't think I am. I would best or loosely describe Breath of the Wild as the more action-adventure portion of the series. Absolutely 0%. That is totally valid. That is 100% valid. Then I guess welcome, and you get to experience the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in media res. What sorts of things does Glitchy Tenchi generally stream? If and you don't mind my asking, those of you that came in from that stream. You've played and finished it, been a Zelda fan since forever. I'm also generally a Zelda fan, and here is a question that I can ask everyone to get us started on our discussions about Breath of the Wild or Legend of Zelda. For those of you that are familiar with at least the franchise, what's your favorite Zelda title? I never ask these questions without answering one myself or answering the question myself. I'm more than happy to say that my favorite Legend of Zelda game is Skyward Sword. Let's go ahead and make a save here before I forget, because there's a Guardian, and I'm not going to like what comes next. That's such a smart way to solve that puzzle. I mean, you could take the rock down there and try to throw it, but, or, you know, use stasis to knock it over, but that's quite unpredictable, I find. The intention is for you to make this sort of shot put slide or curling slide and just curl it into the hole there. But thank you, I appreciate the praise. Breath of the Wild, R2D2, and other chill little games? Fair. Thank you for answering the question, Asling Dream. Your favorite is A Link Between Worlds. Oh, that's interesting. I have played through that. I could certainly see why people would come to enjoy it. It's a modern, you know, take a modern Breath of Life into the a link to the past. It basically revitalizes that set of dungeon designs in a new story context. I could definitely get it. Also, the whole turning items in and buying new items or upgrading them is really nice. And the art and story. You like the art and story a lot? Cool. Mine is Skyward Sword. I realize Skyward Sword is kind of a dark horse, because most people are going to say, it's Ocarina of Time, or, I actually like Twilight Princess, or, sorry, that's a bad Kermit impression. And some of it is nostalgia bias. I had a Wii growing up when I was in my early to late teens. I used the heck out of that thing. I really quite enjoyed Skyward Sword. I love the motion controls, even though some of them were kind of glorified ways of pressing A. It's fine. Nostalgia bias, everyone. But I also did like the story and the art, and I like the character design. I was an impressionable teenager. What can I say? And you know what? The remaster on the Switch is even better. Maybe at some point I'll why am I tossing a boulder? We don't need to do that. Sorry, when I get to be a chatterbox, I kind of stop playing the game at times. The characters are very unique. I'm glad you think so, MokiWit. I'm glad you think so. The characters in Skyward Sword are very unique. And who doesn't like the classic monologuing villain that is Girahim? I think Girahim, anyone who hasn't seen Girahim is really going to walk away with an impression. Whether the impression is laughably bad or, wow, amazing writing is, you know, that's a whole different story. But people are going to have an impression of him. Exactly. Yeah, I happen to like Girahim. I have a soft spot for the noblesse, well-spoken villain that goes into monologues, but I also have a soft spot for villains that have monologues, so make of that what you will. We're gonna grab... Did I manage to get that? No, I did not. There. Right there. No? Were you serious? 3 snapshots. I swear I'm professional at this. I have streamed this game before many years ago. I got basically just past the Divine Beast Va Rudania and the Master Sword Trials, and then had to stop, shifted to other stuff. So I do know my way around this game, but for whatever reason, when I get to being a chatterbox and I talk to all of you lovely people, I want to thank everyone again for keeping me company, by the way. For whatever reason, I start fumbling the most basic of things. Forgive me. Hello? I did save, right? Yeah, I did save. Alright, let's go. And I know you can parry these guys. Give me just a second while I hello. Oh, I got one of the legs. I got one of the legs. Can I get another one? No. Okay, that was close. Alright. Oh, that shield broke. Okay. At least this isn't Dark Army Resurrection where they can spam that stuff. Hello. I guess I didn't time that quite right. It's fine. Relax, coin. I'm totally not freaking out. Okay, run in. Get him. There we go. Got him. I'm so bad at parrying. I'm normally fine at it. I do suck a little bit worse at parrying when it's super close like that. But generally speaking, when the Guardian is just standing there, I wait for a visual cue and then I adjust based on distance. As soon as it flashes blue, that's when I'll generally press A. Sometimes you need to upshift or downshift by half a second depending on distance. But yeah, as soon as the color flash comes in, you are generally good to press A. So you definitely won't, you're so bad at parrying, you definitely won't judge fails? Ah, I appreciate that. But hey, we can all laugh at the failure too, right? We don't need to mark that, right? No, we don't, but there is an enemy up here, and I want to say it's only available at night. So, so I should probably mention a bit more about my content style, because that could be a source of confusion for people. For those of you not familiar with Chugga Conroy on YouTube, you know, regardless of what you think of the man, I try to emulate that style. So when I'm streaming a live Let's Play like this, I try to go for the full Monty whenever I can. And if we could talk about some of the deeper things that are beneath the game's creation or whatever, I'm more than happy to do this. I would prefer to do this. I also try to give people tips and tricks on, you know, ways to go about, you know, doing things in this game, or in the game that I'm playing. When I did this with Steel Rising, I did the same thing then. When I played Lies of P, I did the same thing there as well, or with Elden Ring or Dark Souls or what have you. I generally try my best to give people some tips and tricks. And I think I'm definitely, yeah, we gotta wait for nightfall, ladies and gentlemen. I could whip out a fire, but I don't think that's necessary. And it gives us time to talk more than anything. And I've sort of got an internal memory for the shield parries with the Guardians. They're the only thing I can kind of semi-consistently parry. Other attacks, like Lionel attacks, some of those have like an unblockable property to them, so you can't really parry. Also, jump attacks in Breath of the Wild, you can't generally parry anyway. So if you see an enemy trying to jump for you, just dodge. Just try to get a flurry rush in or something. Moblins do it. Lizalfos have a jumping attack. Trying to think if other enemies have jumping attacks. Not generally, no. It's just that class of enemies. But you can definitely take advantage of some of the slower attacks to hit a flurry rush. Maybe I should go ahead and probably, whip out a fire and save before doing so in case we wake up to a really, really bad scenario with the stall Hinox that's right there. Did we take a picture of that, by the way? Can't take a picture of it while it's not active. Good to know. Take a nice bladed weapon. Wood, I'm gonna need you to stop rolling. Okay, are we good now? Also, nice. Flurry rushes are easier and deadlier? 'Tis the hope. Sit by the fire until night. Yes, please. And hopefully we have enough, Now, I want to say these things don't actually perk up until the dead of night. So, like, almost 11 p.m. But we can maybe check the battlefield and see if these guys are wearing weapons or anything. Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Oh well. So, I guess here's another question I can probably kind of ask here. What is everyone's favorite game of all time? Now I have talked about my favorite Zelda game being Skyward Sword, and met a fellow kindred spirit who also likes the game. My favorite game of all time probably has to be Metroid Prime. It's I know, a little bit of a toss-up. I can't ever quite make up my mind if it's Metroid Prime 2 Echoes or Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I don't know if I can show it. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, Metroid Prime 3. I honestly have no idea. That's fair. That's totally valid. Yeah, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, I think has a pretty well-built storyline. I heard a game of my childhood. That's also fair. The nostalgia bias can, in fact, be a real thing here, too. Same thing as Skyward Sword. The Metroid Prime 3 Corruption is one of the game cases I have. Let's see if I can get it real quick. I have a game display shelf in my room, and it's something like this. Still have the original case and everything. I love this thing. It's just too bad my Wii has been sitting in storage for quite a while. But I grew up in my early to late teens playing this. I enjoyed the character writing and the story and everything, and I liked the fact that it acknowledged Metroid Other M's character design for Samus Aran, which, say what you will about Metroid Other M, the don't talk about it part of the Metroid franchise. That game did help normalize the character designs, as well as Metroid Zero Mission for Samus Aran moving forward. Such a beautiful game. The first game is very good, but the third is just visually beautiful. And here's to hoping, because we have the Metroid Prime remaster, right? Here's to hoping we don't. Okay, where is this Stall Hinox? Do we have to literally wait for Blood Moon territory or what? Here's to hoping we get a Corruption or an Echoes remaster sometime in the next couple of years. Your favorite is Minecraft, going back to Mokiwit? Honestly, I have respect for that. I could certainly understand that. It's a nice sandboxy, cozy game. I've sat in creative mode for many an hour in Minecraft, just making up the most ludicrous but wonderful structures that have no basis in architectural theory whatsoever. Still enjoyed it. That said, my experience with Minecraft, I'm waiting for this stall Hinox. I won't wait too much longer, though. I might have to look up when this thing is supposed to spawn. I forgot, it's not stall Hinox, it's Stallnox. Excuse me. I have a tainted experience of Minecraft. And just shift this a little slightly to the left. And that experience is, I remember being on a server with some folks from my World of Warcraft raiding group. There were like 5 of us. And she was the main lady in charge. Was in charge of the whole server. It was her server. So she had rights to do whatever. Which is fine. That's totally fine. But one day, I think there was just something going on. Like, she got done what she wanted to get done. There was like a huge base set up with a map room and everything. Really nice stuff. We were over voice comms. She's mute, so she's on the voice comms to listen in and reply back in chat. But eventually, I was kind of doing my own thing in her server, building up my house and everything, and the server crashed. And I'm thinking, I'm typing, why did it crash? Well, she set off a level 500 fireball to the server, essentially nuking it to the ground. For no apparent reason other than boredom. Or something went wrong with a bedrock prison or cage she was building, and I was like, okay. I got very sad, and I stopped. I hung out in the voice comms, but I never really joined the server again. I would always just do my World of Warcraft dailies instead, or work on homework or something, and not really bother doing that anymore. Or I think at the time that was going on, I would have been doing homework for college courses. Let me go back to chat here. I need to finish Echoes, but I think it will be the least favorite of the trilogy. I could see that. I could certainly see it. I like it because it introduced the whole Dark Samus thing. That's where it got its start, was 2. And I like the concept of the Luminoth and everything, but I could certainly see it. Mechanically, the game suffers from an ammo system, and a lot of people don't like ammo systems with their extra beams and everything, so I could certainly see it. Mokiwit says, oof. Yeah, so, and she's a nice enough gal. It's not like I hate her or anything, it's just sadness. It kind of tainted my experience of Minecraft forever. It stuck with me. And it's something in the back of my mind that whenever I'm playing on one of my friends' servers, or the last time we grouped up together, I'm like, okay, when are my friends going to get bored of this and decide to trash the server? Or otherwise, even just putting it up to a vote to say, like, we're done with this, it's time for us to nuke the server or whatever, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like it. Okay, I've literally waited until the hours of the morn, and I have not spotted this Stallnox yet. It has not gotten up yet. We are going to move on. There's a Koroks seed over here. Yes, it's like on top of the fountain, I'm pretty sure. Right? No, we have to be a little further up. If you guys on Twitch want to keep up with what I'm doing on the map with 100%ing the game, because Koroks are stupid, in my personal opinion. Not that the idea of them is not stupid, but how many of them is stupid, and what you generally have to do for some of them is stupid. I have a neat little command for you. I use an interactive map to help me keep up with where all the Korok locations. There are 900 of these bad boys. One other disclaimer: this is a live Let's Play. So a la Alexandri, another YouTuber I'm familiar with, there are spoilers. There are gonna be spoilers because we're talking about the game and everything. And I'm also handing out information for people to sort of spoil themselves on their own time with things like the map and everything. So, if spoilers are kind of a thing you want to avoid, now is probably the chance to, put the stream on, say, maybe audio mode or mute it or do whatever you gotta do to not be spoiled. I totally get that. Just putting that warning out there. Yeah, there is so many. There's also a coordinate or object version. If you guys on Twitch type in BOTWCOORD MAP, that stands for Breath of the Wild coordinate map. Someone by the name of NK Plays referred me to the object version of that map, where it spits out coordinates, it spits out like the exact type of puzzle. You don't have to click on it to find out more. It's really cool. It does take up a lot more memory, so I don't use it because it'll make my OBS crash, but I would probably use that sort of thing in my off time. It's like over here-ish. Is it another rock? Or is it something hanging inside of a tree somewhere? Let's find out. Nice job, Link. Nice job, me. But I try to have information like that available for you guys. So if you want to play on your own or you're thinking about playing it on your own again, wherever you are in that journey for Breath of the Wild, I have you covered. I don't just want to be generic streamer number 55B that just plays the game and says, yeah, it's on Google, figure it out. I want to have that information for you guys so that you don't have to do that. Okay, let me zoom in closer because I'm apparently missing this particular one. Yeah, it's like right here. What gives, game? Okay. So it is an acorn. Oh, really? All right, game. Sure. It could have been worse. It could have been the apple tree puzzle again. For those of you in the know with Breath of the Wild, what is your least favorite Breath of the Wild Korok puzzle? My least favorite is the apple tree. By far, the apple tree puzzles are the most tedious thing I could ever have possibly seen in the game. It quite literally is just 3 apple trees lined up next to one another and like, spot the difference. It's like a game of I Spy or whatever. Ugh. That gets on my nerves because the 3 apple trees, unless they're in a grove of, I better save right now. Sorry, I better save right now, just in case. Yeah, I see you. Un momento, per favore. We are... Good to know. You want to avoid detection? You want to, like, make the, you got jump scared? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I did not mean to jump scare you with that. But that's another tip. If you want to avoid detection by one of the guardians. Assuming they haven't, like, legitimately spotted you and it's like, oh, you're off in the distance. Hide behind a tree and climb. But not up at the top where they could spot you. That goes a long way towards hiding. You don't think you disliked any Korok puzzle in Breath of the Wild? Fair enough. I like the idea of most of the puzzles. In an open world like this, where it's like, oh, you literally have to find the puzzle. There's no way to know about the Korok puzzles in advance. or get some idea of what to do ahead of time. You just got to stumble into them. I think that kind of detracts from the Breath of the Wild experience, at least in my personal opinion. I was like, where? But I'm not even playing. About the Koroks in Tears of the Kingdom, though, I have not played Tears of the Kingdom. My sibling has that game, but if we ever vote for it, then I do have good access to it. I look forward to playing Tears of the Kingdom if ever I get the chance. You hate the ones where you have to move the Korok. Oh, right, because you guys have, like, Zonai devices and the fusiform thing, right? Yeah, that seems like it would stink. Nope. Nope. These are not the droids you're looking for. And with this close of a save, with this close of a position, we're gonna save. Okay. This is another way that you can take down Guardians. It is weapon hungry, but you can knock them over. And if you do, you will break off a lot of their parts. Been playing hide and seek with the Guardians? Yeah, that's a nice pastime. And also the Guardian weapons break the legs in one swing, and then these become Guardian turrets, and they can't shoot at you. Isn't that nice? You can even charge weapons willy-nilly. See, well, okay. Now we've made that a little harder, but... Yeah, I don't recommend this particular method of killing them because it's so weapon hungry, but it is something you can do. With generally pretty great effect, and also if you've lopped off their legs, shooting them with a bow enough times can in fact cause them to topple over or move. This feels like bullying. I'm not gonna lie. This does feel like bullying. I generally do not like this type of dynamic with Guardians. I like the cat and mouse feel of the game. I know. Guardians are supposed to be these fearsome things, right? They're supposed to be really hard to fight. And I do find them difficult under some circumstances. Those were not the circumstances in which I found or find Guardians to be difficult. Since it's approaching the second hour, we've got about 10 minutes before that comes up. I do gotta get the major shilling out of the way. The typical content creator babble, I know nobody likes that sort of thing. I don't like it either, but it's gotta happen. I've talked before in the first hour. I try to get all the shilling done between the first 2 hours, by the way, so that we don't have to ever deal with it again until right at the very end. So I appreciate everybody's forbearance of their anger and the absolute mercy that they give me for letting me do these shills. I appreciate everybody's patience. We've talked about subscribing on YouTube and following on Twitch, and when you follow on Twitch, you get 5 free emotes for all your hard work for clicking a few buttons. You guys should never... I want you guys to know that you never have to financially contribute to be here. You being here is more than enough for me. You are enough. And please let that be a general statement as well. Don't let someone else, undermine you. You are enough. You are valid. You deserve to be seen. And you deserve to be heard. But moving back to the shill, because gotta get it done. If you guys do feel like financially contributing for whatever reason, and I'm appreciative if you do, there are plenty of avenues for this. The best avenue of contribution for those of you on Twitch is a Tier 1 subscription. And if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming for free. So please use Prime Gaming on someone that, deserves your support. Not necessarily just me, but a Tier 1 subscription gets you 5 more emotes. It gets you double quantity on channel votes. It gets you increased priority in the multiplayer queues. If we do anything multiplayer, which I'm always floating a possibility of, etc., etc. And, you know, it allows you to get away with giving Jeff Bezos and his ilk the least amount of dollars possible. I will always recommend a Tier 1 subscription. That said, for you guys on YouTube, I'm going to recommend Patreon or Coffee instead. For about $2, you get similar benefits. Most of them are Discord derived anyway. We don't vote on things on Twitch or YouTube. We do that in the Discord. So if you guys want to vote on things like future games or particular emotes or things like that, the Discord is your only avenue for this. It creates an incentive for people to join the Discord more than anything else. And onboarding is free. But getting back to the shell, I even do semi-exclusive content on Patreon and Coffee. And if I could make Twitch charge $2 for these things, I would do that in a heartbeat. Because that's what I think my services or benefits packages are worth is $2. If I could charge $1, I would. But Patreon and Coffee yell at me, so $2 is the best I got. But honestly, there's also bits and direct donations through Stream Elements or what have you. The choice is yours. And I will never, beg for donations. Never, ever, ever. That's not a good idea. Oh, I probably should not be doing that. It's fine. Now, we are running low on weapons, so I do need to think about my next course of action very carefully. I think what I should probably do is go back to Hateno Village, go back to my house, see if there's a woodcutter's axe somewhere. If not, I do know of a place where we can get one pretty easily. And then we need to pick up a couple of cheap weapons and figure out what to do if we're going to be exploring Hyrule Field in any capacity. Because Hyrule Field is, laden with guardians. There's just no other way to say it. There's just no other way to say it. There are guardians everywhere. Guardians abound. Guardians all over the place. And they will chew up your weapons and spit them out to you like Sunday brunch. Not good. If you want to burn your weapons, fighting guardians is a very good way to do that. I don't recommend it, though. Hello, Bolson and Construction. Well, you need to go. Good game and good end of your day. You too, Assling. Thank you so much for stopping by. And again, to Glitchy Tenchi and their wonderful, awesome raiders, thank you again so very much. Have a good rest of your day too, Assling. And I hope to see you again in the future. Sooner rather than later. Let's see, we have... How much room do we have? I gave my Breath of the Wild game to my sister, but you're missing the ambience now. Tears of the Kingdom is so different after all. I see. Yeah, I've had a couple of people comment about the nostalgia. We have room for 4 weapons. And we have two sledgehammers. I'll take a second one, sure. I want to find a woodcutter's axe, though. And I don't know if it's by the tree or not. Tears of the Kingdom is so different. I think I know bits about Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I've not played it, right? So I don't have an internalized understanding of the game. But what I do have is an understanding of what the game is about on like a research basis, or just looking into it, basically. Let me try to not sound so technical. I think it's the more... Do I want to say it's a mature game? Yeah, I think I do want to say it's a more mature game. A different villain sort of materializes out of the woodwork, right? It's not like, oh, it's Calamity Ganon. It's, no, like, Ganondorf himself, the king of the Gerudo, shows up. Like, that's in the trailers. You can see it for yourself. I don't think that's a spoiler. Things happen to Link and Zelda, and I think it becomes more about the character story. Like, the stories of the individual characters or the communities that are involved, like the Zora or the Gorons or what have you, also sort of advance at the same time. Because you're dealing with the champion's descendants there, too, right? So I think it's a mature game in that sense. And I don't know all the details, though. I don't know if it's on par with Breath of the Wild in the sense that, you know, you can have quests where you just go and talk to someone and figure out what to do post-Calamity, because I want to say it's like a different timeline or different dimension type scenario for Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm really struggling to articulate this point because I haven't played, right? And my research only goes so far. But I think my impression of the game is just it's slightly darker. There are more mature things being talked about, and the villain just has a different gravitas to it than here's this nebulous thing that happened after Ganon took over, and now we got to deal with it and save Zelda. Zelda is already saved. Now we need to figure out what else to do. It is darker. Thought so. I'm glad to see that my impression of the game is at least similar to someone else's. And if you guys vote for it, you know, we'll get to explore that together. If not, and you know, people vote for something else, I may play it on my own time. My sibling has given me the green thumb to grab the cartridge when I want to. I don't see a woodcutter's axe. We are gonna go over to where the old man's shack is, and we're gonna grab that axe. Because we need it. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything either. I know I had, like, minor spoilers there, but I don't think I've said anything that isn't on, like, the trailer. You know, we know Link is there, we know Zelda is there, we know Ganondorf is there, or whoever the Ganondorf stand-in is, and we know some other stuff that carries over from the first game, but I don't think I've said anything that's an outright spoiler outside from going back to a previous topic, you know, about the mechanics of the game, like the Zonai devices or whatever. That's just everyone's gabbed about it. We all kind of know what's in it. I just don't remember all the names off the top of my head. Thank you, MokiWit. Appreciate the latitude on that. Just, it's nice to have my head checked. You know, because I'm in this gray area among content creators, and I know I'm in the gray area because on one hand, I am not generally known for first-time playthroughs. I have done them before. So, and in that sense, I'm a little bit more critical of spoilers. But on the other hand, especially in times like these, or in games like these, where we've already done like either a first playthrough or, you know, we've gone some portion of the way through the game. Here's the sax, by the way. That's what I wanted. It's also a live Let's Play walkthrough type thing, so spoilers are kind of part and parcel of what I do. I always find myself to be in this middle ground where I care about them, And so I try to be minimal anyway, but if the spoiler does come up, I don't just lambast myself into oblivion. I don't have a typical case of the feel bads. It's like, well, we're talking about it. I don't know what to do there. What are we gonna do though? I need to determine a course of action, and I think what I'm gonna do is go back to this shrine because we've got our axe. We're gonna take that second break. For those of you on Twitch, I do run 3 minutes of commercial ads. So sorry. I wish I didn't have to run them during the break. But on the plus side, I only ever run ads manually, and there are only 2 times I ever run them. One is during the intermission, and the second is if I have to step away from my desk for more than like 10 seconds. Then I might run an ad. But I don't auto-run the ads here. So I appreciate everybody's patience with that, because I know I don't like ads, and if I don't like them, why would I expect anyone else to? So my recommendation is always to just get up, grab a snack, get a stretch, do whatever, or hell, a couple of my folks do sit through the ads and find something funny to talk about. Different strokes for different folks, right? But thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. We'll be right back after this commercial break. See you guys then. I'm sorry about that. I am back, folks. Hopefully everybody got something they wanted out of the commercial break. A snack, a good laugh, What have you? Hey there, Sizzling Seal. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, good sir. Good to see you. Hopefully you are well in health and spirit today, Sizzling Seal. Hope you enjoy your stay. Sizzling Seal is another content creator who has recently hit affiliate. If you guys feel like supporting fellow content creators out there, or just people you like in general, please go check him out. Here comes that shout out. Ooh, birthday. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, good sir. Enjoy it. Hopefully you had yummy, delicious, tummy-tingling, mouth-watering food. Hopefully you got a chance to do the stuff you wanted to do today. And hopefully everybody's had a chance to revel in the glory that is your birthday. Enjoy it, good sir. Let's go ahead and get back to the scene. You came in at a time between figuring out Korok seeds and everything. Just gonna eat dinner with the fam later. That's cool. That's definitely cool. I'm probably gonna have a similar experience with my birthday in a couple of months. Where I'm probably just gonna have a home cooked meal and everything. That could be nice too. Just being able to talk with family, friends, or really whoever you want to bring into the wonderful and glorious event that is a birthday. Here's a bit of sage wisdom for folks, because I know these times are tough and dark and scary. Your family is the family you choose. Let me get real specific. The family you choose, the people you forge the intense emotional bonds with, that is your family. Yes, you're born to one. Yes, everyone has parents. And for those that don't, I'm truly sorry. I'll do my best to be part of that family for you should you want it. But find the people you really care about and hold on to them tight. And invite them to things like Thanksgiving or Christmas, especially if you know they're living on their own. My friends recently did something last year for Thanksgiving. We had Friendsgiving. We invited everyone over to a central location. People brought food. It was a fun time. We laughed. We played table games together. It was better than almost any Thanksgiving I've ever actually had with my biological family. It was nice to have. I think more people should be willing to do that. Sorry, don't mean to get soapboxy, but it's just, I want to make sure people understand the character of my channel as well. I am no Markiplier. I am no Jacksepticeye. I am not PewDiePie. I'm not Lobos Jr. I'm not any of those folks. We don't always talk, we aren't always positivity all the time. Because I don't think we should look at life entirely through the skewed lens of, internet optics. I think that's a good idea. I get why people do it, but I like to keep things real. And that means sometimes we talk about the motivational stuff too. Or we talk about the things that are bothering us, and it's just an uncomfortable subject. And we try to do our best to ameliorate people and make them more comfortable, not necessarily with the topic at hand, but at the very least, we affirm that it's okay that you're feeling the way you're feeling about this topic or that one. Let's see. How far do we get up Krennel Peak? Okay. Next one is here. We might as well just finish this little spot here of Korok seeds that are in this Krennel area, and then we can get back to what everyone really wants to see, which is me slapping face with Guardians. That's what people really want to see right there. Because fighting Guardians is fun. And it's also hair-raising and incredibly high stakes. What is everyone's favorite kind of... And this is just a general question. Feel free to answer it or don't. What is everyone's favorite content to watch on YouTube, Twitch, wherever? I know a lot of us here are gamers, and so I expect the answer to be somewhere in that ballpark. But are people also trading card enthusiasts? Or do you like things like crocheting or sewing or something along those lines? Or do you like cooking shows or cooking streams even? I find that if I'm not watching something related strictly to gaming, it's usually art, cooking, or science. There is a Twitch channel called Bob Ross, and it airs the old episodes from Bob Ross's art show on television. Gotta be careful. Yep, there's 3 of these nasty things. Thank you, Saribot, for that wonderful, lovely ban. We have bots here. We have Saribot and Kumabot Defender. If you're a content creator or you're a streamer, I do not want these. If you're looking for protection against bots, hate raids, and what have you, please feel free to check out either one of those 2 bots. I know them from a man named Grecker221. He is a networking streamer. Nice. He is a networking streamer, and I learned about these bots from him, and they have been life-saving and very, very, very important. That's the reason why the bot ban was instantaneous. Did you just get hit and then sleep there? What an idiot. Well, but goblins are kind of like space pirates in the Metroid series. They're not exactly smart. Oh, man. And then on YouTube, you know, talking about the YouTube sphere for a second, if there is content out there besides like gaming that I generally watch, it's you know, the math and science YouTubers, people like Dave the Professor or Steve Mold or Matt Parker or 3 Blue 1 Brown, things like that, where I'm not only watching something but I'm learning something at the same time. Because I am a fallen STEM major, and even though I am a fallen STEM major, I like my math and sciences. I like them enough to watch, and watch a lot of them. Because I think understanding the mechanics of the world is important. But also, understanding the history of the world is just as important. Don't sleep on your humanities, guys. If you're in college or you're trying to educate yourself, don't sleep on history, because it will come back to, you know, bite you in the butt. You will stand to repeat it, and even if it doesn't repeat, you can get caught up in the rhyme too. You don't want that. Trust me. That, like, bad juju. Just study, and that means doing stuff you don't want to do, which is reading rote, dry history. And even if you learn it, you know, via YouTube, through some kitschy channel or whatever, sometimes I don't think that replaces, you know, reading a book or reading a carefully curated web page specifically designed to disseminate that information and not do it in some kitschy, cool, catchy way, like what most YouTubers or digital audiences have come to expect. Because audience attention spans, among other things. I suppose I'm kind of getting real world here, but I think really the issue isn't attention span. I think we have many, 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 many things competing for our attention. And so if we don't get what we need in a 30-second TikTok or whatever, you know, there's plenty of other things that are contained in a 30-second TikTok that are gonna win over our attention. You gotta communicate quick, effectively, and seamlessly. I better not. Yeah. 1, 2. Get that arm away from me. And also, it's the modern information age. You should never just rely on word of mouth or popular articles. Go and do the digging. Go and do the digging. And that's as much as I want to say without getting, you know, geopolitical or whatever. Because a lot of people don't sign up for that. And so I want to refrain from that today, if at all possible. At the same time, though, if people need to shop about real-world geopolitical type stuff, feel free. I don't want to shut down conversation here either. I think it's important we have ways to decompress from the real world, too. And sometimes that means dumping the real world out into a place where we can all kind of collectively reason about it. Come on. Die! Oh, bears! I'm getting mauled by a bear. You know what they say about bears in forests, right? I think I'll choose the forest this time. Come on. And I know you were guarding honey. Give me the bear meat. Wow, these things have tons of health, I just realized. Good lord. They had strange green glowing eyes, though, and I liked that a lot less. Ah, they were guarding a den of beautifully sweet things. Cool. Well, they're dead now. Hey, look, we need to do hunting. We gotta get materials. Thank you for the follow, sir or madam. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the sweet, sweet, sweet emotes here that come along with that follow. Again, if I hadn't said so or done so before, please also consider the Discord. I am trying to cultivate that space, one heart and one mind at a time. I have things like channels for commands and channels to share pictures and all that other fun stuff. But thank you very much for the follow. And I do keep the follows somewhat anonymous. It's just a matter of people don't like being called out for one reason or another, and that's totally fine. That's completely valid. I'm seeing a lot of other streamers doing it, so I'm doing it myself. I think it's a good practice. So just, if people are wondering, why don't I say the name in the follow? That's why. There is societal precedence for it. That's all. Just trying to explain the things I'm doing and not just saying I'm doing it for this reason and not elaborating further. I'm not that type of person. I like explaining things to people about not just why I'm doing something, but my reasoning for that decision. Do I need to do that? No. and that's something else I'll make clear to everybody. You don't owe people your reasoning. You don't owe people more than the decision you're making. You don't. That's just the honest truth. And sometimes mentioning your reasoning is a form of oversharing. But gosh darn it, this is my channel, and if I want to do that, that's my God-given right. That is partially in jest. Just, that's who I am as a person. I like explaining my reasoning, and that way what I do makes sense to other people, and it's not just, oh, you either get it or you don't. Hello. Rusty Claymore. Also, I am a person, I think part of that is it's a natural born tendency among us who are neurodivergent. I am a neurodivergent person, and that is something we like to do generally a lot, is explain our reasoning for things. Some of it is, you know, our motivations were always scrutinized, which mine definitely were growing up. And so we've learned my natural response is to explain my reasoning because my decisions were always scrutinized. And the way I avoided excess scrutiny was to just dispense with the reasoning and the logic together. And sometimes it's just typical TISM things, you know? And I will also say this is a space for people with disabilities, those who are autistic, people who are LGBT, etc., etc. This is a space for you. This is supposed to be a safe space. So if people are exhibiting the isms, I'm gonna give you a nice warning. Keep that to yourself. Be nice. If you can't do that, leave. And I'll ban if people don't. I take the sanctity of my channel very seriously. It's like over here. That's what I'm working toward. I take it very seriously, and also it's just terms of service. People can't go around being, you know, racist, sexist, whatever. It's all effectively the same. So, just following company policy. I am an Amazon representative after all, even if it only the most minor of capacities. Where is this? It is here, right? Yeah, it is. Alright, I see it. I don't always dispense with that reminder, but I find if I'm ever talking about marginalized groups of people, like LGBT, like autists, like myself, or anyone else, I find it's important I make my stance regarding that stuff crystal clear. So there's not any ambiguity later. And I want to be someone... I want to be the content creator that's for everyone, which is basically an impossible task, I know. Because, you know, people who are anti-LGBT, well, they've got Kick and other places. Rumble, Odyssey, those sorts of places. Like, you're not going to suddenly find yourself... No matter which side of history you're on, you're always going to be able to find some kindred spirit to talk to. And I guess that's fine. Is this a... There is something on that bridge. Good. Flying over here isn't a waste. Be nice or be gone. Exactly. Exactly. That's a pretty good way of putting it, Moki Wit. Perhaps I should say it that way from now on, actually. I just think sometimes I need to spell that stuff out, you know? Because sometimes people don't get it. Sometimes people need the blunt honesty and the explicitness that tends to come with that honesty. But my audience is nice and well-behaved, and generally we haven't had to deal with folks like that in a while. And I'm praying to God that it stays that way. I am a religious person by heart, and it's just part and parcel for what I do. So I apologize if my mentions to God do offend people. I really am. It's just kind of soaked into my being. But I don't shill or proselytize my religion here, generally speaking. Now, if we talk about religion or philosophy, that's different. But I do try to make it a general rule that I don't talk about it if it isn't brought up first. What was that? Oh, hi there, Sir Octorok. Wow. What a Chad. What an absolute unit. If I had a Phrenic bow, you'd be toast right now. We could trade lob shots. You want to go at this, Sir Octorok? Yeah. Almost got him. Got him. And collect the spoils, because I like doing that sort of thing. And we can even wear the Zora gear. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm not great at shooting moving targets, but I do generally like the archery in Breath of the Wild. It's not super complicated. And at this point, I like to think I've gotten pretty proficient at leading my shots, too. Hey there, Raspy. Welcome back, good sir. Good to see you. Hopefully you are doing well in health and or spirit today, and hope you enjoy your stay. We were just talking about, we were just talking about, my stance regarding talking about my own religion on this stream, which I generally make a rule not to do, and all that fun stuff. Disregarding the fact I just said it again, but... Okay, I want to get off of this, because we're not supposed to be here yet. And, back to, Mount Krenel and the Krenel Hills area. I am headed the right direction. Okay. I noticed you talked in the mental health tea house. It was nice to see. I've been making an effort to talk there, you know, for better or for worse, depending on how you view my, my stances on things. But yes, I have been trying to make an effort to talk there. I should really introduce myself in the introduction channel, but I've... one thing at a time. Hello, Sir Peblet. I unfortunately have to go. You had a blast talking with me, though. Thank you, Mokiwit, and thank you again for being here. Hope you have a fun stream. Thank you, and I hope to see, like with, what was the name again? Sorry, I'm bad with names. Like with Asling, I hope to see you, back sooner rather than later. Have a great one. And you're always welcome in my hallowed halls anytime. I see you, Sir Peblet. Goodbye. It's tough to talk in the tea house, not because I have difficulties talking about stuff, but maybe difficult is not what I'm looking for. Difficult's probably not the right word I'm looking for. Tense? Tense. I'm putting myself out there in a way I don't usually do. Even here on this stream, there are still certain places I don't go. Like, you kind of have to go there first on the stream for me to go there, like, in terms of the topics and everything. But it's a whole different experience when you're sort of initiating that for yourself. You wanted to reply in the channel, but you felt you had to go through what's more than you had to read. Right, you have finals. I hope you do well on those, by the way. And good luck. Although I hope you do not need it. You're a spry, smart young man. I don't really think you need it. But good luck anyway. Let me just have an eyeball on where the next Korok is. Are there any rings in this general area? I don't see any Korok rings. Korok rings or stone rings are one of the few things on this map. Okay. Misunderstood. Sorry about that. You had your finals. Hopefully you did well on them. Hopefully you feel proud of your performance in the finals. You just meant that it was so much. I am a chatterbox. You found it hard to read everything? I find even when paragraph breaks, it can be like that with the things I write. But from my understanding of the, the finals at the end of the 12th grade, right? 12th grade? We're not talking high school here, right? Yeah, like high school exams, but my understanding is that these were university exams. I guess I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm slightly confused. You're in the last year of uni. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for the clarification. I'm sorry you even had to clarify in the first place, but thank you for doing so. I thought finals was the name for the exam after 12th grade in high school. The finals are more like just a collective term for exams at the end of a course or year. So like when I was attending college, they were often called final exams or finals. But generally, in a more specific context, it is usually for high school. You are right. But I find that everyone just calls them finals. Good news, you passed your exams this semester. Nice. Good work. And hopefully you felt really pleased about that. Did you celebrate after the exams? You remember the math exam that you started studying at 2 a.m. and you preferred to eat glass over studying for it? You got a 5. Awesome. Yeah, you were worried about that. You thought maybe you'd get a 4 or less. 5 is good. 5 is good. Good work. Hopefully, with the finals and everything, you're either taking it easy or you're enjoying the work for the company you're part of. I swear I mix this up every single time. You've been working with the company for a while now, right? You were worried and panicked, but it worked out good. I'm glad to hear that. Final exams can be stressful. Enjoying living the moment? Good. Typically after final exams, I typically go like out to a restaurant or a coffee shop and celebrate. Been hired for 2 1/3 years. Understood. Okay, it's starting to stick. It's starting to stick. I apologize if I keep asking it over and over again. It's just my mind has like 50 different things on it at any given point, and my memory has been a little more strained as of late because of all this stuff with StreamerBot and like my long-term content creation problems and things like that. I'm making excuses, clearly. They're all excuses, but I'm merely citing reasons that I find I'm having difficulty remembering things we've talked about. That's all. And it's fine. You type fast and you don't mind repeating yourself. I appreciate the latitude with that. Really, I do. Make sure, am I looking at the right spot? It's this up here. We might as well clear out the camp, though. Now, is this any kind of camp? Oh, hello. How many peplets are in here? 1, 2, 3. Just 3 peplets? Talking about the tea house again, there was something I wanted to say and I just plumb forgot what it was. I don't know if I'm fitting in with the tea house yet. As a side note, you're really happy about how fast you type? Good, good. Your peak is like 138 words per minute. Awesome. I don't even know if my sibling types that fast. I'm lucky if I can type 68 or, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, 69 words per minute. You know, now that I think about it, I can't type any faster now. I just have to stay at the nice number of words per minute. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I had to go for the below the belt, you know, forbidden fruit joke every once in a while. I feel like you would fit more if you were more vulnerable there. Of course. It's always how it is. If you want to fit in more, you have to share more. But it seems to me like you're already putting yourself outside your comfort zone more. Yeah. I am. Because I'm having to kind of, like, confront my own... I saw an Octorok. Where is it? It's right here. I see you over there, Sir Octorok. Don't think you can hide from me. It's not gonna work. Oh, there are two of them. I see you. I'm doing it as I'm able. And, you know, whether I fit in or not is gonna be a matter that's really not up to me to determine. For example, I don't really know where Tom, I think that's his name, sits on a lot of things. Hello, Sir, Wizrobe. Okay, I need to focus for just a second. I do like to think I'm getting value out of it, though. I'm getting value out of it in a way, even with streaming, I generally don't get that type of I get a more intrinsic, personal value of being in the tea house. So I want to thank you for that, Rasby. Seriously. I didn't really think I would find a community out there that discuss things in quite the same way as the tea house does. I just hope I don't guff it up. Like I almost did with the serious discussion channel. I want to avoid making mistakes like that. I need to stun this fool. Really? Yeah, of course there would be a... I'm waiting for this thing to try to conjure a meteor, is what it's doing. I'll hit you out of the sky, you dumb Wizrobe. That's great. Thank you. I also probably don't want to equip that more than is absolutely necessary. What about Tom? Oh, he's kind of a hard dude to get a grasp on, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Generally, when I'm answering the questions of the week, it's usually someone else that responds. So when Tom does respond, it's not like anything negative or anything. It's more like I'm just kind of explaining my perception of him. Hard dude to make out. That's all. And that's a good thing, generally speaking. Just merely explaining. Hard dude to try to read. I don't know what kind of response that Tom is gonna dole out. He is a man that contains many multitudes. Many multitudes. That's about the only thing I've learned so far. What am I doing? I'm trying to get up here. Yeah, trying to get up here, not anywhere else. I'm doing the whole chicken with my head cut off thing again. Tom's a really close friend of yours? I kind of figured you guys are both server boosters, right? So on some level, that makes some sense to me. And your beliefs are pretty close to his. He seems like a nice enough dude. I've been a fan of the way he's been policing the Discord. I could not be a happier person. He has been fair, heavy-handed when required, hands off, otherwise great community, and I hope he keeps up with it, because I know that the world today is dangerous, it's scary, and a lot of people just don't got time to do what he does. So I envy his acumen. He started the community? Yep. I am aware that you want to learn from him to start your own sub-community at work about mental health. Is he like a studied or trained psychologist or sociologist by chance? I don't know if you know that about him. And if that's private information, that's fine. I'm not gonna press my luck looking for answers, but I am curious about him. Like, what makes the man's brain tick, so to speak? Because I definitely do get the philosopher psychologist vibes coming from Tom. Kind of similar to the way my sibling helps me tackle problems sometimes. They're analytical when they want to be. Oh, right, I remember Krennel Mountain. Krennel Hills here is, if you want free lightning, fire, and ice rods, you could go to Krennel Hills every blood moon to get some. Not gonna share a lot since it's someone else, fair. But he's been to therapy a lot, and it's his special interest. That's about all I need to know. So he sort of has a sense for these things. Makes sense. He's currently studying to become one, but doesn't have a degree. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you, Mifa. That is a gnarly interaction. Hold on, I gotta focus or I'm gonna die. I guess while I'm paused, I can make sure I'm not missing anything in YouTube or Twitch. YouTube has gotten quiet all of a sudden. Just to make sure. Every week we have the support groups. You've been last Sunday to one and at Friendly American time. I will certainly be keeping my eye out for future support groups. Usually when I'm not streaming and I'm not taking some time to myself, I am editing content. So I usually don't have the time, or it just doesn't line up for me to attend these, but I know they exist. And I'll try my best to attend one of them eventually. It's just like with, I kind of liken it to attending a lot of the other wonderful streamers that have become part of our community lately. I can only spend so much time dividing my time between everybody. I'm doing my best, though. It's on the events chat? Yep. I just gotta find one that works for me. Highly recommend them. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you. I need to, like, keep it moving. Get away from me, Ice Piece. Goodbye. Blizzard Rod, a magical rod that can cast extreme cold in a wide range. These are crafted from refined ice found at the summit of Heber Peak. It will break when depleted. We have all 3 rods, although we need to probably find the electric one. In fact, we probably should do that. Anyway, today you had your monthly English club and it went well. Oh, you participate in an English club. Didn't know. What's the English? Is it a language club or a book club? I'm curious what it is. I generally don't have those sorts of things here, even when I was attending university here in the US. So I'm just curious if it's books, language, or something else. Usually it's like a literature club over here. And then if we have... It's not a sometimes there are like Spanish clubs on campuses. It's in person. It's just language, but really more of a hangout. It's with people from work. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Hello, welcome back, Pickle Schmickle. Good to see you again. Hopefully your time has been going quite well for you. Hope you enjoy your stay. I was just chatting it up with a Twitch associate of mine. Rasby has been wonderful and very gracious today for chatting with me. It is a name. I'm not gonna lie. It is a name. It did make me laugh, but it is a good name. I do not want to judge people for names. There are so many names out there in the Twitch and YouTube space. It's not funny, and it is an apropos name at the very least. We are multi-streaming on Twitch and on YouTube as a reminder, so feel free to say hi to one another if you guys so choose. That said, I don't recommend a cross-platform conversation. That's gonna go nowhere fast. It caught you off guard? Yeah, it did with me at first, and then it became a fixture, and I'm grateful for that fixture. Where's the next one? I keep going every place else besides where I want to be going. And get eyeballs up in the sky where I should be. I'll try to make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. You feel good from talking to people? You and I have talked about that at depth as well, Rasby. Regarding the English club, not going to ask what you did today. I feel like that's a bit outside of the bounds of questions, but I hope whatever you did manage to do, from what it sounds like, was people-centric. Yeah, my dysthymia got heavily reduced today. Good. Ah, I can get a new lightning rod. I want the blizzard rod for this. I need to concentrate on these because these ones can conjure a thunderstorm and I don't like them. No, you don't get to do that. And pretty much fire and ice is also a really good, really good combo. Hold on one second. I seem to have someone else on YouTube. Hey there, goalie card opener. Okay, it took me a second to say that. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully you're well in health and spirit. Hope you enjoy your stay. You say back like you changed your name. Okay, I hope we didn't make you feel self-conscious though. I'm sorry if that happened. Really, truly, I am. You can moving back over to Twitch for just a second. You can get enjoyment from playing games again and don't depend so much on other people's approval. Good. Be your own agent, Sir Rasby. That is... You don't like the original name? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it didn't have to do with the response to the name. That's all. And if that were to happen, I wanted to be able to mediate that, so to speak. But if you didn't like the original name, that's perfectly acceptable reasoning for me. Do you like your new name? One more time. We could probably just use a generic weapon here. Really? Alright. Oh, this thing be blinking? This thing be blinking. No. I'm not gonna let you conjure that. Stop. give me that. A magical rod that can hurl 3 balls of electricity at once. Its gem contains electricity from the Hyrule Hills, and the rod will break when that electricity runs out. Hey there, NK. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully you enjoy your stay, and hopefully you are well in health and in spirit today. You've come in at a lovely time. We are right here at the, we're right here in the Krenel Hills, clearing up some Korok seeds. And we are also grabbing the magical rods to go along with it. Seems like the stream got a lot more popular since last time you've been here. It has gotten more popular. I've had so many people come in at the end of last year and at the start of this year. The networking is paying off. And it really just took finding... Once Axel came here and brought their people, and once I've been consistently networking, it really has paid off. And I've met some wonderful people as a result of that. I couldn't be more thankful. Did you do Ruta? You weren't in some of the streams? No problem, NK. I know you were a busy person, and life keeps you busy. Yes, we beat Varuta. We are currently taking a bit of a break between Divine Beasts while we clean up some of the regions we've been in and collect more Korok seeds. This is episode number 2 out of 5 before I try to make something big happen. So we're just kind of focusing on the small stuff today. Korok seeds, shrines, weapons, that sort of thing. So it's going to be a very low-key stream today. And I think what I'm going to do, addressing the entire crowd at once here, I think what I've decided is I'm going to have a makeup stream tomorrow at about the same time. Because I feel bad for Monday. I streamed only 2 hours on Monday due to bad beans. Bad beans. That's about as much as I'm going to say because I don't want to reiterate that story a 4th time. I feel I owe you guys that as an extra stream. So I'll put that on the calendar, get that all set up and everything, and I will hopefully get some extra bonus stuff done. I was about to say we'll see, but I'm gonna make a commitment to that. And as far as I can remember, I don't have anything on my calendar or schedule that would inhibit me from doing that. I'll also put that little detail in the Discord as well. Let me take the opportunity to once again remind people I have a personal Discord server. Feel free to join. For you guys on YouTube, it'll be in the link tree. For you guys on Twitch, it'll be in the About Me section. Just click on the panel labeled Discord. If you click on the one labeled OMTED Network, you're going to get a different Discord, which is fine. If that's the Discord you want to be in, that's totally fine. The people there are cool. They helped me get my start. I'm always thankful to Pyro and his community for helping me consistently do this for multiple years, but that Discord and mine are 2 different places, if that's making any sense. Let's get out of this combat situation, and then we'll see about quickly sweeping up some of these other Korok seeds. But, how's your life been, NK, if you don't mind my asking? Been generally busy with school or whatnot? Okay, yeah, let me get this cheap weapon that won't burn things. How long will the stream be? It's going to be its normal length today. It's going to end in about another hour and 5 minutes. Normally, I would have been ending my stream already, but I got a late start. I woke up late. I woke up to lunch, in fact, of mac and cheese and chicken nuggets all mixed in at once. KFC special, everybody. It it was surprisingly good. I quite enjoyed it, and I usually don't enjoy too many things from KFC, because usually I don't get my choice of chickens, so I don't get it grilled. It's... Whenever I don't get the grilled chicken, I feel rather sad, so I just generally have to be careful with when I'm eating that stuff. Really greasy stuff. But the mac and cheese and chicken bowl was a really nice surprise. I quite enjoyed it. You feel a really high need to go play Stacklands, but you know that would ruin your sleep. Your life decisions are your own, buddy. Your life decisions are your own. If you choose to play Stacklands, enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. If you choose to respect yourself and get more sleep, that's also cool. I'm part of I'm not really part of a collection of people. I'm not that high up on the chain or anything, but there's a streamer that I associate with. His name is Reaverbone, and him and his collection of friends do kind of bully each other into self-care, which I think can be endearing at the best of times, but it does come across as, like, pushy some other times. I don't want to be that pushy person. That's not who I am. And I don't think bullying people into caring for themselves, no matter how well-meaning it is necessarily the best thing either. I think there's a good balance that you can have in that, and I don't know if that collection of friends necessarily has that right balance. They have the right balance for themselves, though. That much I know for sure. I'm just not that type of person. So I guess what I'm trying to say, while simultaneously tap dancing and not wanting to offend at the exact same time, is just, you're your own man, Rasby. Enjoy the decisions you make. I will support either one of them. You choose to be indecisive and get the worst of both worlds, Kappa. That is a choice. There's a book in the Elder Scrolls universe that talks about the Alteration School. I want to say it's related to, like, taking risks and diving underwater. It's an alteration skill book, and it talks about, you know, the in-between choices that someone could have made, and why realizing the in-between choice is often what allows an alteration mage to practice their magic. Because alteration is the school of transmutation. It transfigures and shapes the real world in that setting. Water breathing, or being able to float on air, or being able to grant themselves rock or stone armor, or being able to levitate and move things. It is the school of transmutation given a different name. It's one of my personal favorite schools. That said, only reason I even brought that up in the first place was I respect the nuance of that statement about being nice. I need to pay attention or I'm gonna die. Get away from me. I respect the nuance of that decision and the fact that your reply was, where are these? That your reply was not at all either or, not strictly binary. I appreciate that. I apparently have not found the Koroks seed below this one. It's like down here, right? Yeah, it's gotta be down here. As a reminder, I am using an interactive... Alright then. Get on with your bad selves, little doggies. I've got 2 dachshunds and a black lab. And they were barking up like crazy. I don't think anyone heard that, but they were loud enough for me to hear. Man, being an adult is scary. I know, right? You have to take your own decisions. You can only fix your sleep if you put in the effort. Yep, you're not 14 anymore. You're not, you're not a kid. You gotta Be your own agent. No one else is gonna be your agent for you. You're not gonna find your parents coming in and saying, "It's time for bed, young sonny boy." You're not gonna find your parents, helping you keep up with your nutrition or anything. You have to do that. Being an adult is scary. It's also quite a freeing thing in the long term. It's something that I've really not had. Well, I've had some taste for. Where's this last one? Sorry, I'll finish my point I was making in just a second. Where is this one? Is it, like, underneath here? Really? Really? Alright. Perhaps to solve your problems, you should buy a pickup truck and make some barbecue? Eating before you sleep could help. Pickup truck? Meh. That was probably sarcasm, and I missed whatever that sarcasm was. Yeah, that sounds like a Texan thing. Not gonna lie. That sounds like a joke about Texan people, which is fine. I'm here for it. Because Texans are also a giant fan of their barbecues and big pickup trucks. And perhaps a convertible would work better. Ooh, it should totally be, it should totally be a Tesla competitor convertible to spite Muskie Boy. That's what I would do. I'm kidding, though. I'm kidding. You need to start listening to country music again. Oh, man. If that isn't the most driest piece of sarcasm, I don't know what is. Man. I can respect country music. I can appreciate the talent that goes into it. I can appreciate the production value. I grew up with the stuff. Didn't like it. It never... Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox here. I don't mean to. But you've brought back up an interesting facet of my childhood. When it comes to, like... I need to be careful and not overcommit to shooting arrows here. I find that oftentimes when you're listening to country music, there's really only about 4 things that people talk about. Most of them are love-related. And I find that a lot of the principles that are in country music, like, oh, family is important, and you should respect the people that you love, because that's also important, and that people like to party and have a good time. I find that a lot of the modern country celebrities today, or even some of the earlier ones, like, what is it, Conway Twitty, I think was an infamous one? They lived in opposition to the views espoused in their music, and I guess being a musician doesn't make you necessarily predisposed to the opinions you sing about, but listening to music that implies pretty toxic behavior is great. TM. Yeah, if you want to be an adultering misogynist, feel free. Sorry, that was a bit too naked of an opinion. What I overall mean is just, in my experience, the folks that I've been associated with that listen to country music have tended to be cheaters, adulterers, habitual smokers, habitual drinkers, habitual partiers, and people who just are about me and mine. That's what country music really tends to attract, is people who are fans of the philosophical and political philosophies of me and mine. F you. I'm just not a fan. Even if the music is great, the hello. Oh, there's another stall moblin somewhere. Hold on one second. I gotta pause so I can deal with the comments here. We have something in Romanian called Manel. Manele or Manel? You'll have to tell me which one that is, if and you don't mind. It has a really bad rep because of the kind of people listening to it. Yeah, even if like the music is innocuous, right? Or if you look at the music in a vacuum, it's really not that bad. It's the people around it that make the music unpalatable. You hit the nail right on the head. You hit it right on the head with that one. Only, I mean, this isn't unique to country music. Rock music or R&B, you read it as written, so it does sound the last E. Manele. Okay. And I'm hoping they are short E's, not long E's. But that's a horse of a different breed. Manele. Okay, Manele. If I keep it up, I can probably twist it into a different word. Let's not. Would that be? I'm gonna take it. It's like folk music. I know I'm probably not describing it in the best of terms here. Pronunciation is in the first. It isn't. Coin can read. Coin can read. He promises. He promises he can read. The pronunciation is in reverse. Like the accent is on the... Oh, geez. I'll have to look that up over the break. I get what you're saying. I get that the pronunciation is in reverse. I don't have problems parsing that. I just need to hear it for myself, is what it is. So I know how to put my mouth around it. Yeah, it's some kind of folk music. Thought so. I find that a country music is really just American folk if you think about it. That's really all country music is. It's folk music. Is it Oliver North? Hi, Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox. You changed your name? Oh, that's not confusing at all. I'm kidding. Hey there, mysterious Roblox player, or the Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Hope you enjoy your stay. I am going to wait about an extra 3 to 5 minutes before I take that break. It's like right here, right? It's in this ring. I remember this Korok being incredibly difficult to locate. It's fine. You don't know Romanian or similar languages. I appreciate the latitude. Still, it's not like I don't want to try either. Further up this way. Nope, other direction. Northeast. I still want to put my best foot forward and attempt to pronounce it anyway. But I appreciate you coaching me through a portion of that. I will definitely have Google give me the rundown on the name. Where is it's right here, right? I'm looking at this on my map. I thought so. I should have climbed this. We were right here, senators and inductees. We were right here, and I missed this. But how are things in your sphere of the world? The Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox. How are things in your part of the world? If and you don't mind my asking. Because I want to make sure I'm including everybody, or at least as much as I can. And my right arm is starting to hurt. Good lord. I've been holding it too much in a folded position for a while. I can't believe you're spelling the whole name. This is gold. I mean... Good, especially in Roblox? Good. Glad to hear it. Any Roblox controversies lately? Or, since things have been good in Roblox, I'm going to presume it's been smooth sailing, as you just said. I know that Roblox has had some controversies before, so I'm always interested in hearing about that sort of thing from people who do play Roblox. because I won't lie, it is kind of rare for me to find people who play Roblox on the regular. It's just I know it's a popular game. I know it's something a lot of people have played. I've never grown up with Roblox. I've never played it. I don't even have friends who play it. So I'm very interested because it's just a world I don't know. I mean, going back to Rasby here, if mysterious Roblox player / The Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox wants to give me a name to use, that's up to them. Otherwise, I'm spit out the full name until otherwise. I'm glad you were finding that slightly amusing. Let's hello, good sir. Hello, Sir Wizrobe. Media Wizrobe. I need to make sure I'm taking photos of these. Come on, up here. Smile for the camera. These things have a wicked smile, by the way. They have teeth. They have like a jagged chibi type smile. And I could replace this fire rod with the blizzard rod. That'll be good. Come on. Goodbye. Nice thing about the Fire and Ice Wizrobes, they perish. A magical rod that can cast 3 fireballs at once, crafted by an ancient magician. It will break upon running out of magical energy, so make it last. I will by... Oh, I forgot you could just do that. Yeah, you can't throw these. I totally forgot about this. You don't throw fire rods or any of these magical rods. You need to just drop them. Or else you'll just fling fireballs until it breaks. Okay. Our shrine of choice is back here. What I'm gonna do is go to that shrine, and then we're gonna take a break. Yep. Nice shrine detector. I haven't had the significant need to use the Sheikah Slate as of lately. Mainly because I have this map, but having it is nice to let me know when I'm on the right path. So, we're gonna go in the shrine. We have already seen these cutscenes in the first episode, so there's no reason to see them again. We're gonna take that last break for the evening, and hopefully my right arm will tamp down and calm down. Hopefully it'll calm down so I can finish the stream accordingly. I hope that's not gonna impact me for Thursday either. Ooh, it's a combat trial. Awesome. What kind of combat test is it, though? I at least want to know. A modest test of strength. Oh, these are one of the more powerful ones. Okay. Well, I guess we get to look forward to that spectacle when we come back from break. And time doesn't pass here, so... I'm gonna go ahead and take that break. You guys know the spiel. For you guys on Twitch and on YouTube, 3 minutes and 3 minutes. I hate ads, and I know you guys do too, so please feel free to get up, grab a snack, stretch, or laugh at the comically bad, repetitive ads that are on Twitch thanks to the adpocalypse and everything. But I'll see you guys after the break. Thank you. so sorry about that, guys. I am back. I'm gonna have to conclude early, because my stepmother is not in the best place, mentally speaking, and I want to be there for her. But I think we have just enough time that I can conclude this combat challenge pretty quickly. I normally don't take that long on breaks. I am so sorry about that. The intermission offered you enough time without stimulation to decide to go to bed. Good night. My apologies, friend. Enjoy your rest. Enjoy your sleep. You've earned it. Especially after exams and everything. Enjoy your life, and good night. I do want to make sure we've cleared the challenge, and then after that, we should be good to go. I want to say in higher version, or more difficult versions of the test of strength, you don't even get these pillars to hide behind. Where's my stepmother? She is outside in the living room. She's not like in tears, but she's disturbed. And lots of things are weighing her down. I don't want to get super specific because it's a sensitive topic, but it's not, it's just a lot for a single person to deal with without... I probably need to make sure I don't have a picture to snap. It's a lot for her to deal with without having some sort of other mediating or guiding force. Nice. This is gonna take forever if I do that. Nice. But what am I doing? I should be using guardian weapons. Alright, you gonna spin, or you gonna do this? Yeah, I make it sound like she's in dire straits. Okay. Yeah, she's not in dire straits or anything, but I do want to be there for her. She's okay, though. Or she will be okay. Let me say it that way. I don't want to minimize the experience. We just have to get through this first. Now, let's figure out how I want to attack this particular individual. Sorry, I know that's not like I know that's probably not a correct answer to that question, the Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox, but, that is the answer I'm gonna have to give because I'm trying to avoid disseminating overly sensitive amounts of information. That's all. Plus, it's private family business. That's all. Not trying to be confrontational, just merely explaining why I may not be directly and decisively answering this particular question. That's all. Come on. Let's whip out the spear and get this over with. Man, if this is how slow you Guardians are, we're really gonna have to step up the game, he says while getting simultaneously stabbed. This is what happens when you talk a bunch of crap. Okay, get over here, and wait. Again. You're gonna start... I think you are gonna start into that mode. That's not gonna be good enough. We need to switch. Goodbye. The initial tests of strength you bump into early on are kind of difficult, and then afterwards, Afterwards, once you've accumulated and acquired some power, they're really not all that bad. The tip of this Guardian Spear has been enlarged and strengthened. It's a bit shorter than your average spear, perhaps to facilitate use in tighter spaces. He says, while not really being able to throw out... We're going to throw out a sledgehammer. Nice! I didn't know throwing a sledgehammer would do that. That's awesome. I didn't think about that. Great. Fantastic. Let's grab our treasure and wrap up the stream. I'm sorry for the short streams, guys. I don't like doing that, but family is important, and family you choose is also important. What do I want to do? I guess I could drop the Guardian Spear. Sure. I don't know. I really want the Meteor Rod because it has lots of potential uses. I think I'm gonna drop the... I guess at times like these, you just drop the Woodcutter's Axe because we do have methods of blowing up crates. All right, Spirit Orb, and then we can get out of here. Okay, do we have enough for a raid? Not really. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude both Twitch and YouTube at the same time then. And like I said, I really want to thank everyone for being here and hanging out with me tonight. I apologize that could not be... I apologize that I could not stay longer. I just want to be there for my stepmother. That's all. Just like I would want to be there for my actual mom. Sorry, they're both my mothers. That's incredibly dismissive of me. I guess what I'm trying to say is my biological mother, my stepmother, my biological dad, and so on. I want to be there for them, like they were for me. Family is important. Even family you might not necessarily not choose. But I like to think that I've chosen them. So I'm gonna offer them the succor that they often offer me. Gonna go ahead and save. We'll be back tomorrow with a bonus stream. I've committed to that. You guys have my word. And we'll go an extra hour on it even, starting at the normal time and everything. I will put more information in the Discord. Let me go ahead and shill that one last time. Feel free to join or don't, your choice, but it is a pretty nice, stable community. And I'm looking to cultivate that one heart and mind at a time. Yeah, I'll put more information in the Discord, and it's also in the description of both the VOD and in the About Me sections on Twitch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My senators and inductees, my name is Coin. This has been another slightly shortened episode of Breath of the Wild. Take care of yourself, the Legend of Zelda fan that plays Roblox. Hope rest well and live well. You guys are welcome in my hallowed halls anytime. Do stay safe out there. World's dangerous. Take care of yourselves. And with that, goodbye.